Hey, hey, hey. Ooh, boy. Um, hey, so I'm streaming today. The Wow, what a great start to a stream. My brain is not wired for talking. I haven't talked for a bit. Um, what I've been up to, well, okay, to clarify, I was not I was going on and on earlier this month about how, oh, I'm not going to stream for any more weekends in August. That's because I had various plans. One of those plans was this weekend. Like, I was supposed to leave 2 days ago, go to, like, Portland. Go to a wedding, see friends, yada yada. I ended up, like, kind of canceling that trip because I was feeling, like, slightly under the weather. Like, not full-on sick, but, like, questioning if I'm sick. And just being, like, really tired in general, really lethargic. Like, not thinking full speed, and having terrible headaches and bits of congestion and all that sort of thing. And I'm like, the weekend before I was actually like exposed to COVID, I think, and so it's like, oh, I might have it, maybe not, maybe so, I don't know. So being extra cautious because of that, but then also, I'm going to PAX next weekend. And so I really don't want to actually get sick this weekend by going and, hanging with a bunch of people either. So I'm pretty much just, uh, isolating myself until I leave for PAX, just to make sure that I'm not sick and I'm all good to go. Because I don't want to get sick, and, I don't think I'm sick now, but, like, if I was, I would be good by the time PAX would roll around. And, and it was good. So I'd taken off work on Friday, today and yesterday, Thursday and Friday, because, to do my Portland trip. And I didn't go on the trip, but I just ended up just taking those days off anyways, and not working remote or anything. Simply because, I felt like I just needed the time to rest, and it was a good thing too, because Thursday, like, all day, I pretty much had a headache all day and just laid around, didn't do too much. And then today I, like, didn't even wake up until like 10:30 a.m. So I've just been tired, but I've got a little burst of energy here, so I thought I'd stream, and I've been wanting to play this game. Part of what has kind of led me on to that is I've been watching a lot of YouTube as I've been lazing around the house, and while I do that, I've been shiny hunting in this game. Like, well, first of all, I've been planting a couple berries. I got some Hondu berries from the Berry Master, so that was cool. But the main other thing I'm doing is I was going up to Mount Pyre and shiny hunting for Vulpix / Metatite on those little patches of grass, and just hopping on the acro bike as I'm watching videos and, looking down, not shiny, run away sort of thing. Did that for quite a few hours. I didn't save any of that time, so, like, my, playtime's not going to be super duper inflated or anything. I might be a little bit, because I've been doing that on and off. Like, I haven't streamed in a while. I've done it a bit since I streamed. Give me a second. I need to fix my display because it's doing that black screen flickering thing again. Oh, fun. Okay, we should be good. So if I recall, the last thing we actually did, the last thing we actually did while we were here. Hold on. My screen is just totally blacked out right now. This should be the final time. Oh, and the format is all screwed up. Okay, we're good. Okay, so I think the last thing that we were actually doing on the stream here I'm reorganizing windows here. Ugh. I would highly recommend getting HDMI cables that just freaking work. And don't just jank out on you. I think I explained this before, so I'm not going to again. Freaking long HDMI cables. Okay. Anyways, I think the last thing we're doing on the stream, like, you know, the last stream we did Route 123, the last stream that actually made progress, we made it here to Lilycove, and we explored part of the town. So let's explore the rest of the town, and then we'll go on to the Team Aqua hideout. The Lilycove Museum Pokemon Masterpiece Collection on exhibit. Let's find out. I'm an art dealer. I'm a buyer and seller of fine art, especially paintings. I've heard that the museum has magnificent works on exhibit. Hold on a moment. YouTube is saying, hey, there's major issues. Blah, blah, blah. I don't think there is. It complained in the past last time I, like, had to unplug my display and plug it back in. Yeah, as far as I can tell, it's working. So, anyhow, so this guy is saying, I'm an art dealer. And art dealer is in all caps, meaning it's like special words that are programmed in the game here. Same with museum. And I'm guessing it's like capitalized like that because like the whole like art dealer thing is, I think it is something actually in this game when you go and you master rank a contest. There's some mechanic that controls if like, oh, if you do really well on your master rank contest, you might get a master artist who is inspired by your work and wants to paint Pokemon, the Pokemon that you used and won the contest with. And he hangs it in this museum. So I'm guessing that's like a reference to that. Welcome to the Lilycove Museum. Please take your time to enjoy our collection of fantastic artwork featuring Pokemon. This art museum, well, you can see many fantastic paintings, and the curator is a wonderful person. Among artists like myself, this museum is an inspiration. This Pokemon's adorable. It's just like our little boy. This lady is pretty. She's just like Mommy. It's a painting of a beautiful, smiling woman with a Pokemon in her lap. If I was to look at that and decide what I'm looking at, yeah, I can't really tell. It looks like a person who's dressed up in green with like a big leaf over their head or something, and then they've got a small yellow Pokemon like a Pikachu or something. Yeah, kind of hard to say, It's a painting of a grass Pokemon swaying in the breeze. They appear to be enjoying the wind's gentle caress. Yeah, hard to really say. When I first think Pokemon, grass Pokemon that are swaying in the breeze, I think of like Hoppip. Because, you know, it's like a cotton Pokemon that, you know, rides the winds on the breeze. But looking at this picture, I mean, it looks like some branches. Yeah, I mean, I feel a little stupid for not picking up on exactly what these are, but maybe I'm not stupid. Maybe it's just esoteric. It's a replica of a famous sculpture. It depicts an ancient bird Pokemon. An ancient bird Pokemon, huh? Would you say, Mega Pidgeot? It's a big Pokeball carved from black stone. It was apparently used in festivals in the olden days. That's actually kind of neat, considering that in Legends Arceus, the, like, heavier balls that, like, don't throw very far and catch easier are, like, kind of black and relative ancient times. I'm sure that's, like, unintended, but still, pretty cool. Also, it's huge. It's a huge stone tablet inscribed with Pokemon and dense text in the smaller characters of an ancient, unreadable language. If I had to say what that Pokemon was, maybe a Hypno? Battling with Pokemon is fun, I'll grant you that, but one mustn't forget our love for the fine arts. Yes. Indeed. I mean, this game is a fine art, one might say. It's an odd landscape with bizarre and fantastic scenery. I'll believe you on that. It kind of looks like underwater. Like maybe there's the sunset above the water, and then you're under the water, and it's reflecting, and you're right. And then the blue is like the current of the water and or little dangly bits. I don't know. This looks like either a food painting or like The Last Supper. It's a delicious looking painting of berries. This painting could make you hungry. Sorry, I'm not hungry. I just ate dinner. I had some spicy beef basil from Thai food truck nearby. It's a very old painting. The paint is peeling here and there. It's a very old painting. The paint is peeling here and there. What a vase and you know, whatever that other thing is. An orb, a smaller pot. Oh, what have we here? It's a painting of a legendary Pokemon from long ago. The artist painted this from imagination. Yeah, I can see that. It's got a big bird head and potentially a, you know, quadrupedal body. And it's like in front of a column with a bowl on top that it's drinking out of. I'm the curator of this Museum of Fine Arts. It's heartening to see someone as young as you in our museum. Have you viewed our collection of paintings already? Saw it. Oh, I believe that you seem to be a Pokemon trainer. Have you an interest in paintings too? Yes. Ah, excellent. You do like paintings. Then may I ask you to come with me? This is our special exhibit hall. As you can plainly see, there is not a single painting on exhibit. Here, I don't wish to exhibit works of so-called classical arts. Such classical works you can see on our ground floor. I wish to exhibit work that is far different from the classics. Art, after all, is not restricted to old famous works. This exhibit hall I wish to fill with modern and vibrant artworks of Pokemon, seemingly ready to spring forth into glorious life. I beg your pardon, I didn't intend to monopolize the conversation now, as you are young and yet obviously well-traveled. You must encounter lively Pokemon and works of art depicting them. If you were to come across a painting, may we ask you to obtain the artist's permission to exhibit it here? That's okay, sir. Everybody monopolizes the conversations because as the main characters in Pokemon games do not speak, as you know. Yes. Yellow adornments and green adornments. I mean, you would think they could color it a little bit and make it look different instead of just saying it with text, but each of these colors corresponds with a different contest stat of the different contest types, the beauties and the, you know, toughness and smartness and all that stuff. Yes, we have the same replicas of the same statues, almost like they're mass freaking produced. Fine art, my ass. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's continue looking around. We actually have not gone in the department store yet, so there's probably some good stuff we can get in here. I don't think there's any TMs that I need from here. I'm buying something for my Azumarill as a reward for winning a contest. Today my mom's gonna buy me some nice furniture. Wow. For your secret base, I presume. Welcome to the department store. Lottery corner. Yes. I wish for a Master Ball. That ain't gonna work. None of the numbers match. Whenever I come to the department store, I always end up buying all sorts of things because it's so fun. Man, sounds like me and going into Best Buy. Just kidding. I like looking around at a lot of things in some stores, but I try to conserve my funds. I'm leaving on a long journey soon. I need to stock up on items. Okay, nothing we really need here. Nothing we really need here either. Fluffy tails are expensive. Learn to use items properly. That's basic, really. My husband's waiting at home. What would make a good gift for him? Probably knowing that you didn't waste money. I gave a Carbos to my Pokemon and its speed went up. Oh, nice. Although the husband, I don't know if there's any, like, Reese's Pieces in here. You might like some of those. I want my Pokemon to have more endurance. I'm trying to decide whether or not to raise defense with iron, special defense with zinc. And you associate these defenses with endurance, huh? I mean, that makes sense. I'd go with it for an HP up if you were unsure on that, sir. Otherwise, you need to target exactly the breakpoints to survive what you're willing to survive. For quickly toughening up a Pokemon, items are the best. Protein boost attack, calcium raise special attack. Indeed, indeed. Serve me. Yes. Very expensive EV training. You know, they're vitamins. I don't know why people call them steroids. That might have been, you know, old, like, speak. I don't know if people call them steroids anymore. I like to get all the different TMs, but a Pokemon only learns 4 moves. Indeed. Core mechanic of this game, 4 move syndrome. Okay, so we've got Protect, we've got Safeguard, we've got Reflect, and we've got Light Screen. Over here, we have Fire Blast, Thunder, Blizzard, and Hyper Beam. I think we're going to hold off on getting any of these because, like, you know, they're low PP, kind of inaccurate moves. So, there's no need for it right now. What else do we got? There are so many different kinds of TM moves. A catalog I read said there are 50 different kinds. Indeed, in this game. And in fact, like they stayed very consistent with the TMs, starting at least in Gen 3. Because you had these 1 through 50, and then Gen 4 just added more on top of that. The 1 through 50 remained the same. And it stayed that way for, like, a while. Like, I don't think they really redid the TM system until... well, maybe Gen 5, because Gen 5, they actually changed the TMs to be infinitely reusable. That might have been when they redid them. So I guess only 2 generations. Okay, what did this guy say? An attacking move or an offensive move? There's no easy matter deciding which TM moves should be taught to Pokemon. Yeah, I feel like the concept of defense / status moves and attack moves is like, you know, it still is, but it was really focused as a concept in these earlier games because, you know, like the battle frontiers and other sort of areas like that. You know, like there's that whole mechanic in that one area where it's like, oh, your Pokemon's nature determines if it wants to use attacking moves or defensive moves and just all that sort of thing. And as a kid, it's kind of hard to grasp because it's like, why would I ever want to do a move that doesn't like reduce my opponent's HP? I need to reduce their HP to, like, you know, make progress and win. But you know, you eventually learn that there's depth to it. The shelves brim with all sorts of Pokemon merchandise. All sorts of it. All sorts of it. Let's see here. Oh, now we're in the secret base kind of furniture stuff here. So, poster of Pokeballs, Trico, Torchic, Mudkip, Azurill, Pikachu and Pichu, Sapphire, Relicanth, Wingull. Relicanth is a cool Pokemon. And over here, we've got some mats. They sell mini cute mats here. I wonder which one I should get. Maybe I'll buy them all? They're expensive, though. Cushions. Ooh, a Spinda cushion. Can I get one to match my shiny? Let's see here. All these different dolls. Hey, my buddies in the chat. Look at that. Oh yeah, the Scarlet and Violet TM system. I might be kind of jaded with Scarlet and Violet, but for me it felt like they made that whole TM system to be like, oh yes, go and like utilize our new mechanics of the auto battling to go grind out these Pokemon to get these materials. And it's like, if you're gonna make a grinding system to like go and grind for TM like multiple uses, like I'd rather just, you know, have them all and make it easier. Like, it just seems like needless grinding, but maybe that's just me. But I'm glad that like they at least kind of relatively made it easy rather than like earlier generations where it's like, oh yep, you get this TM one time and that's it. And Scarlet and Violet, they're at least all, you know, it's all farmable, at the very least. Let's see. I'm not big enough to raise Pokemon, so I'm getting a cute doll instead. This place is full of cute dolls. I should buy some for me instead of just my children. And here we are, top of the world. I'm bone dry thirsty. He's bone dry thirsty. Don't they have set dates for their clear-out sales? I watch TV, but they never show any commercials. That's a good point. I think there are commercials in this game for when there's sales. And I forget what kind of sales there are. I know that there's sales at the Slateport Center for the vitamins. I don't know what would go on sale here. And if it would be even that big a deal. But we're up here for these vending machines. The most useful thing in this whole department store. Top floor. Okay, does this guy... Can I give him something to drink? No. But yeah, we were able to get soda pops, like all the way back in Slateport ages ago. But now we can get the upgrade form. We can get lemonades. And, you know, as with the trope, you can only buy one at a time. So we'll mash this for a while. But yeah, that trope of, like, there's always, like, somebody on the top of the convenience store with the vending machines, and they're thirsty, and then you give them something to drink, and they actually give you some really good stuff in return, but not the case here. He's just thirsty, and he won't take what you give him. I want to get, like, at least 10 of these lemonades. Oh, shit. Oh. Well, I mean, good thing I screwed that up, because apparently our bag is full. All of our stacks are filled up. Man, this is, like, crazy. In these earlier games... I almost want to, like, look up when they changed that, because I know Gen 4, for sure, this item inventory management stuff is not a thing. Your bag is just ultimate. Okay, I pushed it a little more than 10 times, but, you know, I'll take 18. We'll take the elevator for fun. Oh, man. The economy in this world must be doing great. We got people who just stand here and greet customers. You got somebody who stand in the elevator and operate the elevator for you. It's, you know, lots of extra funds to go around to pay these people. Okay, so let's see here. Item storage, deposit. Okay, we don't need a single max repel. We don't need a single elixir. We don't need a single max potion. We don't need a single max elixir. We don't need a sea incense. We don't need a lax incense. We don't need cleanse tag. We don't need these 2 rare candies. Oh, maybe I should deposit this black flute. I had the white flute with me for my shiny hunting escapades, but I guess for now I'll stash that as well. And then, other than that, and I'm glad that in later games they like sort your bag a little better. They put all your healing items together, just kind of like automatically. What a concept. Man, it just feels like I have hardly any items in here, but I felt like I didn't really get rid of all that many either, and that's enough to put you over the edge. Just put you right on over the edge. Okay, so we did the department store. Let's continue talking to everybody. Hey, you, don't go near the cave in the cove. Why? You don't need a reason why. I'm an adult, so you just listen to me. Yes, random adult in the street. Let's see, I already went in here, yeah. Yeah, I talked to these guys. If this whole wild world becomes ours, Team Aqua's, it'll be a happier place for Pokemon, too. Yeah, I totally believe you. Okay. I think I went in here already. Yeah. There's the guy who's like, get out from in front of me, my TV. Oh, yeah, and he was having trouble retaining his customers due to the influx of, you know, those Aqua rapscallions. Okay, who do we got here? The move deleter. So now we don't necessarily have to worry about HMs too much anymore, because we can just delete them off. But I think we're good for now. We're good for now, sir. Pokemon are partners to people, they aren't tools. Unfortunately, there are some people who fail to understand that. When it gets right down to it, the same suit suits me perfectly. A crisp breeze suits the sea. And you, a berry, suits to a tea. Why should that be so? When it gets right down to it, it's because you're a trainer! Man, I always came here to talk to this guy to get my free berry each day, or whatever. But man, his speech just makes no sense. We moved more loot to our secret hideout today. Who are you? I'm just talking to myself. I'm just a grunt, so I don't know what the boss is thinking, but being on Team Aqua, I know I'm getting the chance to do big things. Who are you? I'm just talking to myself. I'm just talking to myself. But yeah, that guy, he says that his suit suits him to a T, just like this. The sea suits a breeze, and a berry suits me to a T because I'm a trainer. And is the joke there, it suits me to a T because trainer starts with T? You know of the peculiar cavern in this cove? That had been a natural formation, but then Team Aqua came along and made their renovations. They call themselves the nature-loving Team Aqua, but what they do and what they say don't match at all. They gotta stay out of the eyes of the, you know, the masses. Huh, what was that? I'm not near awake yet. You can have this. TM44 for rest. I don't think I'll need that. Sleep is essential for good health. Sleep and regain health. You know, sir, that's a good plan. That's what I did basically most of yesterday and this morning. Just trying to catch up on my health. But yeah, this... I don't know. Just the concept of a man in a frickin' top hat standing, looking at the ocean. He's like, oh yes, my suit. It's just... It suits me. It must be some sort of like... It's a play on words, because his suit suits him. Suit suits. Sea, breeze... Trainer to a T, because trainer starts with T. Like, I'm all good for puns and all that, but they're just a little, you know, I don't know, forced. Wow, I found a Pokeball on this rock, under this rock, next to the rock. There, well, we're leap out of the water now. Huh? What do you want? You're messing up our training. Can you, like, get lost? It's always funny, like, there's these Whalmers here, and they're, like, big. And when you surf, I'm pretty sure, like, the Pokemon is, like, you know, it's modeled after a Whalmer. These kind of look the same. In previous generation games, the surfing Pokemon was totally based off of a Lapras. So, I guess Whalmer is just kind of the, you know, the canonical surfing Pokemon in this game. But yeah, I can't get past him. It's a roadblock. I wonder how Team Aqua's controlling these Whalmer. Like, did they catch these Whalmer and they just put them out there? And for what purpose other than just to block us off? Like, are they trying to make a, you know, a blockade because you know, ships hurt nature or something? I don't know. It's kind of unexplained. But now I'm trying to think, like, Gen 1 and Gen 2, I think the surfing Pokemon looked like Lapras, and this kind of looks like Whalmer. I think in Gen 4, it was, like, basically the same, and I think it stayed that way for a long time. I don't remember what they did in Gen 6. I know in Gen 7, they replaced surfing with, like, ride Pokemon, and so there was just some particular Pokemon that you used for surfing in that game, so that one was clear. And then Gen 8, they replaced surfing with just, oh, you ride a bike through the water. And then, you know, you ride Koraidon and Miraidon in the water in Gen 9, so it's been inconsistent in recent years. Whalmer has, you know, been let down. Let's see, so we already went to Mount Pyre, so we took care of that. Oh, right, we're gonna have to go to Slateport. Yep. Jack a submarine. What do you want? Our boss ain't here. He's on his way to Slateport. It's funny how bumbling and uncoordinated these grunts are. Just giving away all their information. But it's funny how the actual next flag thing I needed to do was in Slateport, and you know, that wasn't top of mind. Oh yes, we've got a, you know, one event going on here. What does everybody have to say? I was hoping to see that it was a famous star that I can get an autograph, but who's that being interviewed? Isn't that Captain Stern? Captain Stern says they discovered something at the bottom of the sea. I wonder what it is. What could it be? What's going on here? Did the good captain come back with a big fish from the ocean floor? That lady interviewer is so cool and pretty. When I grow up, I'm going to be an international journalist. Hey, are you watching? Am I on TV? A TV interviewer here? The captain's a celebrity. No, dude, like, these interviewers, they're everywhere. So, like, yeah. See you later, Isaac. Have a good dinner, sir. Yeah, these interviewers, they're just everywhere, and they'll just interview anybody. Any old fool, any old joker. But yeah, come back with a fish from the ocean floor, like... That's interesting. I feel like they kind of stopped, like, Pokemon kind of stopped referring to fish and other, like, you know, kind of animals that aren't Pokemon in particular. They'll call it a fish Pokemon, or a bird Pokemon, or whatever. And they're certainly not going to say, oh, did he, like, you know, catch a fish and bring it back from the ocean? Like, imply that they killed a Pokemon? Like, I just feel like they wouldn't do that these days, but, you know, in Legends Arceus, it's all... I don't know. The tone is different. Because in Legends Arceus, it's like they kind of brought back the whole, like, oh, it's dangerous, and the Pokemon will freaking kill you and kill all of us. And we gotta kill them first. But other than that, in the more modern Pokemon games, it's like, you know, it's all cushy. So I wonder if Captain Stern, like, the cave that ultimately Team Aqua is going to build their final base in, that is housing Kyogre, and they're going to go wake it up. I wonder if that's the cave that they found, and then now Team Aqua is just now jacking it to, like, go to it first, or... It would make more sense that Captain Stern discovered it than Team Aqua, right? Because it's not like Team Aqua's, like Team Galactic or Plasma or whatever with tons of resources. They feel a little bit more... but at the same time, they refurbished that whole cave. You know, Team Aqua's resources, it's unclear. It's unclear how much, you know, power they have. Clearly not much politically, but maybe they have some money. Sponsors somewhere. Who knows? Maybe Archie is just a very wealthy man. I kind of doubt it. And then she wants to be an interviewer, and this guy's excited he's on TV, and this guy's like... What was this guy saying? Yes, the celebrity, sure, whatever. Okay, Captain Stern, big smile for the camera. I see. Oh, this is Gabby. Gabby and Ty. We fight them a lot, and they interview us over and over again. It ain't no big thing. You've had a most invaluable experience. Invaluable. As in, not valuable? Yeah, I wonder about the word invaluable. Anyways, we'll continue on here. Yes, indeed. We intend to move ahead with our exploration. That's wonderful, Captain Stern. Thank you for taking the time from your busy schedule to talk to us. We hope we can interview you again with news of more discoveries. Whew, that was my first time to be filmed for TV. That was nerve-wracking. Oh, 23 Caterpie, you're looking great. We made a huge discovery from our last seafloor exploration. We found an underwater cavern on Route 128. We think it's the habitat of a Pokemon that's said to have been long extinct. Okay, okay. They found the cave. Pokemon long extinct. The only Pokemon that come to mind is either Kyogre or Relicanth. And Relicanth you can just find in the regular old seaweed. Kind of rarely, but there's not like a cave where they're more common. Also, I'm kind of intentionally stalling to let this music play because it's fun. Okay, it's looped. We of Team Aqua will assume control of your submarine. Your objections are meaningless. We expect your total cooperation. Just watch and learn what Team Aqua has planned. What was that all about? It sounded like someone was using a megaphone. Where did it come from? It's from the harbor. The submarine, they're trying to take it. 23 Academy, come with me, please. Those thugs. They're the same lot who tried to rob the Devon goods at the museum. Well, you see, if I walk towards them, they're going to walk in and steal the submarine. So if I just kind of don't go over there, they'll never steal it. And that's good, right? If we just stand here, they'll never steal it. Okay, I'm not going to move. Captain Stern, call the police. Okay, if I walk out... Oh. They totally let you walk out. And then you just have to remember to come back here and continue. Okay, where's the cutoff point? Oh. I did not push up. I was walking left. So that was automatic. I commiserate with you. All that effort you spent following me here all the way from Mount Pyre. But now, no one can stop us. No one. Or will you follow us back to our hideout in Lilycove City? Well, if you're gonna provoke me like that, I suppose I will. Why would Team Aqua steal my Submarine Explorer #1? They can't be after the slumbering Pokemon at the bottom of the sea, but even if I were to chase them, I don't stand a chance against them. Well, we could, like, call the authorities. You know, either the police or the Pokemon League or, you know, the government. Unless we all lost faith in that already, which is possible. Okay. Whoops. Okay, so who wants to fight Team Aqua? We've got Bernie. She could probably do just fine with Secret Power on those Carvanas. Seems just as well to me. Okay, who's got what now? Charcoal, Amulet Coin, Mystic Water. Okay. Okay, I don't recall what items I give everybody else. Like Chompster, definitely the Mystic Water. Bernie, the Charcoal. Frozzer, I'd give like Never Melt Ice or Twisted Spoons, but I don't think I have any of those. Venomoth, I guess I'm just giving nothing these days, and the stick obviously goes to Cracer. I don't think I have anything in my inventory that goes to them, really. And I mean, I deposited a bunch of items in my box earlier, but that could have been, like, I don't know. I don't remember depositing anything obvious like that. Okay, let's save. You know, before I go in here, I'm trying to remember, did I water those berries that I was, like, saved in front of when I started this stream? I kind of don't think that I did. This is feeling a little silly. Like, I don't know if it just shows how tired I am or what, but I literally cannot remember if I watered these guys. I think I was so frazzled about, like, you know, talking and explaining myself and all that I think I just slipped my mind. Or maybe I did it literally while I was talking. I can't remember. Like, but they haven't progressed. They're just growing taller. These hondoos are going to be, you know, make some good fondue. Just kidding. It would feel a lot more important to water these berries and, like, grow hondu berries and stuff if they were actually, like, EV reduction berries like they are in Emerald. And it's not easy to, like, transfer huge amounts of items from one game to another. You have to, like, give each one to a Pokemon and then trade them over, or Pokemon box them over, or whatever. I don't think you can just, like, select items and move them. It's unfortunate. In Emerald, you can use the cloning glitch to, like, clone items and stuff, but that can be a bit slow of a process too, because you can only do like 5 items at a time. If that, I don't even remember. Might be 4. Aye, aye! Suspicious character spotted. Okay, so our levels are looking not over-leveled. How dare you to do that again? Adobe, take one for the team, would you? It's hilarious to me how Flash can miss. Okay, Adobe, I guess you're getting some experience because you were sent in. Surf is just such a strong move. I took the loss for the team, but I did my job. Oh man, I wish they let you run in dungeons like this. But no, it's considered an indoor space because, you know, if it was a cave I could run, but no, Team Aqua refurbished it, so it's totally, like, it'd be rude to run, you see. It would be simply rude. But yeah, where did they get the resources to refurbish this cave in such a big way? And what are they really trying to accomplish with this? Like, I don't know, man. I mean, I understand if this was Team Rocket. Team Rocket, like, is more well put together and has resources. They, like, have money-making schemes. Like, that's their whole thing. They're trying to make money. They're gangsters. Well, I think this is the Master Ball, right? The Nugget and then Master Ball. Yeah. Pretty easy to miss. The best ball that catches a Pokemon without fail. We're going to be saving that for, I don't think we'll need it for Kyogre. Kyogre we can probably catch in a net ball. But yeah, well, we'll save it for, like, Rayquaza or Latias or something. But if we save... I believe that these are just, like, electrodes. Oh, boy. Took one for the team to flinch him. Well, I mean, if you're gonna put him in that primo of catching range, I'll throw a Pokeball, sure. I don't think that ever happened. Never happened. Okay. Let's go beat Shelly and redeem ourselves here. Yawn. Keeping watch over the hideout bores me. I'll take you on. Isn't taking me on part of watching the hideout? Okay, Ember didn't do the job last time. Let's see if Secret Power can do it. It's also a lower level Poochyena. Poochyena. Does Secret Power not make contact? I guess not. That's nice. Because that animation is Strength, and Strength would definitely make contact. And a lot of the other ones would too. Oh, Yawn. Oh, I lost. You seem so invested. If you scurry too much, other Team Aqua members might get you. Thanks for the warning? Man, lots of these machines for like that we saw on the volcano for, you know, trying to like disable the volcano or whatever. That's actually an interesting point now that I think about it. Are these here in Emerald? Because in Emerald, it was Team Magma who wanted to, you know, turn the volcano off. And Team Aqua didn't do that. Didn't go after the meteorite and all that stuff. Because Team Magma was trying to activate the volcano. So, and this is Team Aqua's base in Emerald. Team Magma's base is in a different location. So if these machines are here in Emerald, then that would imply that they're good for something else as well that we don't see, or, you know, Team Aqua wanted the meteorite to do that thing, or they provided this machine to Team Magma. I'm interested. I'm interested. Got some blueprints. This one looks like it's for a big ship. This one looks like it's for maybe the submarine. Man, you would think that this facility would be like like, it just seems like they have the resources to make their own submarine rather than having to steal one from from Captain Cern. Like, I would have always assumed that, like, this facility was always here. It's so professionally put together that, and then, like, Team Aqua stole it. Just like how in Gen 1, Team Rocket takes over the Sylph Corporation to get the Master Ball, and, you know, it's a takeover. Versus this is apparently just a cave, and then Team Aqua came up in here and refurbished it. But it just seems like so professionally done. It just doesn't seem like what they would do, you know? I would think that, oh, this is a official Lilycove, you know, like, industry, and then Team Aqua came in here and took it over. But I guess that's not the case. If you want to know the secret about our hideout, you have me to beat. I don't know, is this the hideout really have a secret that you're privy to? Like, I just highly doubt it, sir. Those wild frickin' electrodes were a lot more threat than anything else you're, selling. Ooh, didn't get taken down. Oh no, my speed is halved. Am I slower now? Nope. I can't win at all. I'm sorry, sir. Our hideout secret? Well, let's just say there's a submarine at the far end. But by now, yeah, you slowed me down. They're probably gonna take off with it. They probably... Like, why do they even come here with the submarine instead of going straight out? I guess to regroup and stock up on supplies and stuff. I don't know. Speaking of that, I the other day went to the grocery store and bought a bunch of supplies for that PAX trip because I'm taking like 6 people and I want them all to have energy through the, walking around the convention. And I bring this up because I have all these bags of snacks like sitting in my kitchen and I'm so tempted to eat it. I'm like somebody where it's like if I have food in my place, like, especially if it's snacky kind of food, like I am just gonna eat it. But, this food's not for me alone. So that's kind of like, I can resist with that thought in mind. Wahaha, I grew weary of waiting. You owe me a battle, too. So you were waiting for me. It is kind of crazy, like, in this game, and I feel like it's made even more kind of weird in the remakes of this game, how it's just like, nobody does anything to, like, stop Team Aqua or Magma other than you, really? Tired of waiting? Lost in days? Yeah, that sounds like you, sir. Boss, is this good enough? Yeah, like, there's this whole thing of, like, you're reaching the climax of the story, and, like, the weather's gone bad, and we have to, like, stop the super ancient Pokemon. And we literally have, like, the gym leader Wallace here, we've got the champion Steven here, we have, like, Team Aqua and Team Magma who've just realized, like, stuff is, screwed up. And they're just like, oh, well, May/Brennan, you're the only one who can save us. And it's like, really? Am I really? Like, you guys are stronger. You're the champion who's later on in the game, you're more powerful. Can't you do anything? Like, in Emerald, you at least, like, have that confrontation at the Space Center where, Steven multi-battles alongside you and does a cool fight and everything. But and there's also the help of like how they help you reach Rayquaza and all that. But just in the remakes, it's just they're trying to like make it more cutscene heavy and more story heavy, and in the originals here, it's all like it's all hand wavy and it's fine. It's all sprite based. We're just moving along the story. It doesn't feel that serious, but they try to like make it more serious on those 3DS games, and it's just like, dude, like, this doesn't work in this manner. Like it just seems stupid. You're just making the story seem even more stupid than it actually is. In the originals here, it's stupid, but it's fine. In the 3DS remakes, it's like, oh, this is stupid, and you're taking yourself way too seriously. Wow. Fuel supply loaded. A-OK. In-crew snacks loaded. A-OK. Nothing left to do but KO a pesky meddler. Okay, so that is why they stopped by here. They had to stock up on the fuel and the snacks. Which, are kind of one and the same for just different you know, consumers of the fuel slash snack, if you know what I mean. Ooh, Birdie's trying to learn Odor Sleuth? I really don't need that. It's pretty useless. Heighten evasiveness. I mean, Leer is also pretty worthless. But yeah, we don't need Odor Sleuth. Like, at all. I don't think there's any double team spammers in the Elite Four that I can recall. But yeah. Hopefully by the time we reach the Elite Four, we have, you know, better fourth move slot anyways. I took a serious looking. This was supposed to happen. My mission was just to hold you up. Oh no! It is funny how you can skip most of these fights. Warp panels, the hideouts, pride and joy. You're clueless about where you are, aren't you? Fluster and tire out the enemy, then lower the boom? I actually don't know what you mean by that. But it's interesting that you bring up teleport panels, because, you know, Team Rocket's specialty was like those movement panels, and here it's teleport panels. The Sylph Company was about teleport panels as well. But that all felt like justified back then, because it was like, you know, Sylph. I mean, it was weird that they had teleport panels, but, you know, they're some high-tech, crazy company with a ton of resources. It's not out of the question to have teleport panels everywhere. What's wrong with you? You're not tired at all. But Team Aqua, like, why do they have teleport panels? That reminds me, I can't remember where I put the Master Ball. I forgot that if I fail to guard it, the boss will chew me out. Yeah, and they have the Master Ball. It's like, are they in cahoots with Team Rocket? Like, is Team Rocket sponsoring them? It just, like, seems... Because it's like they have the Master Ball. Because it's like, the only place that makes that supposedly Sylph. Or other, you know, Pokeball manufacturing corporations. But yeah, these teleport panels, like, you know, those came from Sylph too, surely. And, you know, this is kind of a trope. Like, Team Galactic, and I think Team Plasma, it just feels like every team has these teleport panels, and I never really thought about it much. But, like, I felt like it was just like, you know, in Gen 1, for the Game Boy games, they wanted to make a confusing dungeon that, like, you had no idea where you were, where you're going, and it was confusing and, you know, within the limitations of the Game Boy. So, and they made it kind of thematically fit with the teleport panels in Sylphco. So, it all kind of made sense, but here it's like, you know, other than that little challenge to, like, actually get to the Master Ball, these teleport panels don't, like, it's slightly more disorienting than using doors, but it's not really that hard to keep track of where you are. It's just kind of pretty much a linear path with a couple offshoots. While Sylphco is just like, yep, here's 11 floors, go at it. Like, when I played Fire Red Leaf Green after this, like, that confused the heck out of me. So it's interesting that they even bother keeping the teleport panels around at all. But I kind of get it, but it just seems a little just funny. Just like one of those things of like, oh, like, you know, we just keep doing the same thing out of tradition, because why would we change it? It works perfectly well, and it's, you know, it builds the brand, it builds your expectations, but looking back on it, it's just kind of funny. Okay, so this is not Shelly, this must be Matt. Heh. Got here already, did you? We underestimated you. But this is it. I'm a cut above the grunts you've seen so far. I'm not stalling for time. I'm gonna pulverize ya. It's interesting how he doesn't really have a unique sprite. I guess Shelly didn't have a unique sprite either at the Weather Institute. She was just a generic female grunt, which just seems more unique because there's not as many of them. One-shot your Carvana? Mighty Yena, huh? Well, you're going to lower my attack, which makes me think that Ember is probably better. Sick burn from the Bernie. Gotta love it. Okay, since you're an evolved Mighty Yena, after the scary phase, you are probably faster. Wow, super potioning up. I'd say that was negative momentum on the Belt Elf for your part, sir. Yep, he is faster indeed. Okay, our attack is raised, so now we're at +1 attack. And we're confused. Okay, we are going to switch because we're confused. Who should we switch to? It's a Sharpedo, so if we hit it with anything decent, it'll die. Frizer doesn't really have anything to hit it with. Neither does Chompster, really. Ooh, Confuzzle does. Yeah, let's send in Confuzzle. Good old Sludge Bomb. Aw, man, it wasn't even enough to kill a Sharpedo. That's actually kind of sad. Sharpedo has such low defense. But Confuzzle's attack isn't the biggest. Ooh, trying to learn Psybeam. Yes. Put that straight over Confusion. It's just a straight upgrade. Hehehe, so I lost too. Hehehe, well, I was toying with you. Our boss got through his preparations. Hehehe, our boss is already gone on his way to some cave under the sea. If you're gonna give chase, you better search the big wide sea beyond Lilycove. But will you find it then? Well, it's going to be a while before we can really follow up with them because we need Dive, and we need to be able to use Dive. And also, like, there's just so many routes and stuff to do now. Yep, the Whelmer are gone, I think. Sweet. So now we're going to head on out. Let's see. We've been going for just over an hour. I think I'm going to play some more. Going to heal up and we'll get going. There's definitely a lot of stuff we can do out there. Off the top of my head, we want to go to Moss Deep because we can get good number of items there. We can get the Super Rod. That's where the next gym we need to do ultimately is. I forget where we actually get the HM for Dive, but I'm sure we'll encounter it along our way. Once we have the Super Rod, we can go catch a Crawdaunt, which we can use as our ultimate HM slave for putting on Dive, Waterfall, Cover cut and strength, I think, are what we need. Or strength and rock smash. I forget. But yeah, I think we're ready to go. Other places we might want to go is the Shoal Cave. You know, we need to get in on those tides so we can get ourselves a Shell Bell. Shell Bell is a nice item to have. I think I'm just going to go straight to Moss Deep. Another place we want to go to is Pacifilog, so we can get some more return HMs. Pretty much any Pokemon that has secret power on them right now, like, would probably do better with return. Okay, this is the guy who you trade shards for to get evolution stones. So if we had any Pokemon that needed an evolution stone to evolve, this is kind of the first point you can really get them, I think. Red shard for Firestone, yellow shard for Thunderstone, blue shard for Waterstone, and green shard for Leafstone. So yeah, if you were, like, say, raising a Lotad, and you evolved it into a Lombre at level 14, it'd be whatever level it is now before, like, you could, you know, evolve it into a Ludicolo. Which is just kind of crazy. Because otherwise, it's like, you know, you could have a level 14 Ludicolo. You probably want to level it up more to get more items. Or, I mean, the moves. Around Moss Deep, you can see Wild Whalmer. It's called, what was it now? Wild Whalmer Watching. Yes. When I was young, I traveled the world as a Pokemon trainer. Now that I've become an old buzzard, my only amusement is watching young trainers battle. Yes, the dreaded locked door. The good old e-reader functionality that was ripped from this game. And or you need an e-reader and crazy cards to interface with. Moss Deep City, our slogan. Cherish Pokemon. It's a pretty good slogan. My little brother says he likes to go find other people's secret bases. Was it you who made a secret base on Route 111? Yeah, so if you ever forget where your secret base is, this is how you frickin' remember. I got this from Steven, but I don't know what it's good for. I think it's called a King's Rock. Do you want it? Yes. Why would you want it? You're weird. You can keep it, but keep it a secret from Steven. So, funnily enough, I mean, the King's Rock... It's funny that he words it this way, because you read the description, it's like, oh, hold on, and that may cause flinching when you hit a Pokemon. Yeah, like, you hold this item, and then when you use a move that makes contact, you have a chance to make them flinch, even if the move doesn't normally cause flinching. And it's a cool-looking item and all that. The main purpose of it is to evolve Slowpoke into Slowking, and Poliwhirl into Politoed when you trade them with this item. But those Pokemon aren't in this game, so it's just funny to, you know... It's just funny that this kid's just like, oh yeah, you know, what's this item for? It's useless! And I mean, it kind of is. But also, it's just like a strange-looking rock. I don't know, it looks cool. What's wrong with Steven giving you a cool rock to keep? 23 Caterpie. Yes, this is my place. It's a little embarrassing how empty it is here. Oh, you should take this HM. Oh, here it is. Dive! I've already talked to my Pokemon. While you're using Surf, you should notice dark patches of water. Use Dive if you come across to deep water like it. You'll drop to the sea floor. When you want to come back up, use Dive again. In some places, it won't be possible for you to surface, though. Indeed. Apparently, there's an underwater cavern between Moss Deep and Sutopolis. You know, the one that Captain Stern found in the submarine, an underwater cavern. There might be some rare stones down there. I should go for a dive. Or, you know, I could tell you that Team Aqua's on, like, a crazy escapade right now and you need to stop them, but, you know, I guess I got it covered. It's a rare collection of rocks and stones assembled by Steven. Your Houndoom. It likes green Pokeblocks, doesn't it? No, I'm positive of it. It definitely likes green Pokeblocks. Okay, so I mean, there's your indicator. Your indicator for kind of your nature stuff. So, Houndoom likes green Pokeblocks. That means it boosts special defense. And then I just so happen to know that it dislikes yellow. Thus, its defense is lower, which, you know, is our weakest stat by far. It's slightly unfortunate. My husband can tell what kind of Pokeblocks a Pokemon likes just at a glance. Well, I can tell it at a glance too. Yep, green, green, blue, green, and blue. That's actually kind of crazy. And then yours is blue as well. The Allen Space Center has been launching huge rockets. They're huge. Yeah, let's just keep exploring the town. Revive is fantastic. Give it to any Pokemon, it will rise, but be careful. Doesn't restore PP. Okay, here's the net ball. I'm going to purchase some of these. I don't know why you would ever need the dive ball, because the dive ball is only good for Pokemon you find in the seaweed, which there's only 3 of. There's Clamperl, there's Chinchou, and there's Relicanth. And the net ball works perfectly good on all those. So other than just, you know, for the look of a dive ball in Gen 3, that's all kind of all it's really good for. The novelty of, you know, you can find Pokemon while diving, it's really cool. But net and dive balls are rare Pokeballs that are only made Moss Deep. A net ball is effective against bug and water-type Pokemon. A dive ball works on Pokemon that are at the bottom of the sea. Max Repel keeps all weak Pokemon away. Out of all the repels, it sprays the longest. Depending on the special abilities of Pokemon, some moves might change or not work at all. The gym leaders in this town are a formidable duo. Their combination attacks are like excellent and wow. I don't know, dude. This is Ruby Sapphire, and the Moss Deep gym leaders, they got Mega Leap Boost in Emerald, but in Ruby Sapphire, they just only have 2 Pokemon in a double battle, and you know, I could probably take them out right now. I basically came straight here. I'm probably pretty underleveled, but like, if I put Chompster in second here, like, I think, like, that is the perfect setup. Like, Chompster, well, Bernie, for one, is going to be able to take out most of the gym trainers, because this is the Psychic Gym. So Dark is just going to dominate. And then the gym leader themselves have Lunatone and Solrock, which are Rock Psychics, so Surf is just going to dominate. So, yeah, I could probably just beat them pretty easily right here and now. I heard from my mates in Lilycove that our herd of Welmer has disappeared. What went down there over there, I wonder? I don't know. I mean, I'm the only one who does know, but, you know, you don't know that. All life needs the sea to live, even though it makes its home on the land. Life, having run its course, becomes soil and returns to the land, and the sea always connected to the land. Yeah, it's like the very shoreline here. Okay, let me read that again. All life needs the sea to live, even though it makes its home on the land. Life, having run its course, becomes soil and returns to the land, And the sea is always connected to the land. Yes, like the very shoreline here. Yes. Nature is beautiful. Ooh, a free netball. It's a white rock. This rock has a special meaning for the people at the Space Center. They put it here as their wish for their rockets to fly safely. When you make a wish, what do you use? Do you wish upon a star? I use a wish tag to make it happen. That's what I do. Yeah. I felt like there was some big thing with this rock, like this white rock, and I don't know if it was ever actually tied to an event or if people just like, if it was just playground rumors that it was. But this lady talking here, like, it doesn't help because she's making all these, like, you know, she's talking about wishes and making wishes and wish tags and all that. And it's very much a reference to Jirachi, because Jirachi, like, those tags hanging off of its head, it's their wish tags, and Jirachi's the Wishmaker Pokemon. It has the whole movie with the making of the wishes and stuff. I watched that a bunch as a kid, although I haven't watched it since I was a kid, so I don't really remember what all happens in it, but, and, you know, Jirachi's a mythical Pokemon that you can get in Generation 3. You need the Coliseum bonus disc, which I have. I actually had it because I pre-ordered. I didn't actually even pre-order Coliseum. I just, like, we went to buy it in Walmart, and they just, you know, had extra bonus discs, so they gave them out. I think the bonus disc I have is not that one, because I lost a bunch of GameCube discs as a kid, but then I, like, repurchased all the important ones, and you know, back when I did that, that stuff was all still cheap. So, it is what it is, because it sure as heck is not cheap now. Wouldn't it be nice if the whole world was covered in plants and flowers like this island? Sounds like an ecological nightmare, ma'am. A voyage on a ship is fine, but crossing the sea with my Pokemon using Surf, now that's an exhilarating trip, wouldn't you agree, youngster? the meme in my head where, you know, the guy is like putting up his hand and looking away from the thing, and then giving the thumbs up to the thing. You know, it's that. Here's our Super Rod, you man. Hey there, trainer. A Super Rod really is super. Say all you want, but this baby can catch Pokemon off the seafloor. What do you think? You want it, don't you? Yes. You bet, you bet. After all, a Super Rod is really super. If there's any water, just try dropping in your rod and see what bites. Yes, sir. My little sister exchanges mail with her boyfriend in Fortree. I don't envy her one bit at all. Even though I can't see my friend in Fortree, my Pokemon carries mail back and forth for us. I'm not lonesome even though we're apart. I wonder if this line about not envying her at all, like, if he does envy her because she has a boyfriend, or if he doesn't envy her because she's always lonely because she can't be with him. Like, I'm having trouble picking up the sarcasm and or lack of sarcasm. Well, before I forget, let's follow that bird Pokemon. AKA, let's just go to Fortree after that, Wingull. Maybe we'll get some kind of reward. Good, welcome back, Wingull. Huh, what's this? What's it holding? A mental herb? It must have picked it up somewhere. But I'm not a trainer, you can have it. Thanks to my Wingull, I have friends who live far away. Man, talk about no high-speed internet. Snaps Pokemon out of infatuation. Like, what a useless item. Like, that is just such a specific status ailment. Okay, time for the Space Center itself. The closest place to space. Okay, if I recall, this man here tells you how many weeks it's been since you started your save file or something. Let's see what he says. The rocket launched safely. It successfully launched number 14. It's an interesting notion, because I think it's the number of weeks that's passed since you started your save file. I started this save file like 10 years ago, but I replaced the battery in the cartridge like not that long ago, and I think when you do that it resets time. So I'm looking through my pictures to remember when I did that. Was it 14 weeks ago? It very well could be. Hold on, I'm looking here. Frickin' Google Photos has like changed their layout, and it's fine, but I'm just not used to it. Okay, so I took the pictures here. Okay, so I switched those cartridges out. Oh gosh. May 14th. So if I look at the calendar, we're on August 23rd right now, so May 14th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, it's been exactly... We are on the 14th week since I swapped out that battery. So, this is exactly, like, what that battery is, reading right now. Which is interesting, because I also swapped the battery on my Emerald and Ruby. And I feel like Ruby basically was the same result as Sapphire here, where, berries are growing and all that. But my Emerald, the berries are not growing. I don't have the message anymore that the battery's dead, but yeah, it's different. I think when I talk to this guy, he just says, like, it's been like 999 rockets or something. So it's like it didn't reset the clock, or got very confused, or something. So I'm gonna have to probably like start a new game on that for the clock to really make sense anymore. But the battery is fixed. I think the reason why it didn't screw up so badly on Ruby and Sapphire is because they were relatively fresh saves. Like, this Sapphire was really early off in the game. Like, I pretty much had made a fresh save. My Ruby has, like, some, like, Nuzlocke on it that either I or a friend, like, just kind of went through the game very quickly on. So there's not very much time on the save file. So the amount of time you would have to wait for the clock to reach from 0 up to where it would need to be is, like, not very long. I don't know. I don't have an exact explanation. I just know that my Emerald, I'm just going to have to start a new save file for the clock to really fix itself. A rocket launch demands perfection. Not even a 1% margin of error is allowed. Even if it's 99% okay, the whole thing is useless if 1% happens to be no good. Despite that, we never stop trying. Why? It's our dream that never ends. Yeah, software development is kind of similar. I mean, if you're dropping like 1% of like, you know, like HTTP traffic on the floor, it's not great, depending on what you're doing. But it can be fine, and it can be fault tolerant. It's not quite rocket science. I was taking a stroll down the beach when I found this. It's not anything I need, so you can have it. Oh, a sunstone. One of the few stones that you can't, you know, grind the shards for. The Hoenn region has been famous for its meteor showers for a long time. Oh, you think you got it from a meteor shower. Interesting. I'm trying to think, what do you use the Sunstone to evolve? In this game, you can use it to evolve Gloom into Blossom. I think that might be it. The only other thing that uses it is, like, Sunkern into Sunflora. But you don't catch them in this game. Some people claim that Pokemon came from space. Could it be true? Deoxys came from space. I wish ordinary people could go into space one day. Moss Deep has mainly sunny weather, and its winds are stable. It's an ideal location for launching rockets. If only I was a little younger, I would have liked to become an astronaut. No, it's not too late. I can and will try. Yes, sir. Well, I think that kind of summarizes our Moss Deep roundup here. Let's go catch a you know, Corefish evolves into the guy. Groudon, yeah. I don't know why it just wasn't coming to me for a second there. Man, the fishing minigame in Ruby Sapphire actually kind of sucks. Okay, there's a Corefish. What's the encounter rate of Crawdaunt? Let's see. West, west, west. Okay. Oh, am I wrong? You can only find Corefish. Why did I think you could find Crawdaunt here? I don't know. But if we keep you know, fishing here, we can get a higher level one that we just need to raise one level. What an exhilarating minigame. And then once you do get a bite, you will for sure get more bites, but you just have to have a good reaction speed. That's a lot of prompts. Okay, there's a level 31. That's all we need. Ruffian Pokemon. Corphish catches prey with its sharp claws. It has no likes or dislikes when it comes to food. It will eat anything. This Pokemon has no trouble living in filthy water. Oops. I meant to pull out my, bike. But we fished up a Pokemon instead. It's also a level 30 Corphish. You can catch up to level 45 Corphish by Super Rod fishing here, which seems pretty crazy. Pretty gosh dang crazy. Pretty buck wild. Okay. Oh yeah, I caught a Chimico at some point. When I was just like, I don't know, trying to see how rare they were. Oh my gosh, I'm fiddling around here. Screwing up. Okay, let us TM the heck out of this guy. Oh wow, he can't even learn dive. That's crazy. Well, when he's a Crawdon, I think he can, so let's give him the EXP share. Let's see what he got here. Shell armor, so he can't take a critical hit. He's a very serious Corphish. Yeah, the problem with Corphish and Crawdon in Gen 3 is its attack is better than its special attack, but it's a water type, so, Crab Hammer can't really use it very well. Let's see what other HMs he can do. Can he learn Rock Smash? Yes. Can he learn Flash? No. Strength? Pretty sure not Strength. Oh, he can learn Strength. Surf, surely. Yeah. Fly, I'm not even gonna check. Cut. Yes. So, funnily enough, we just have to evolve him to get, dive, basically. And we'll stick Waterfall on him, too, eventually, when we get access to that. Otherwise, I think the moves to put on him is probably Strength and Rock Smash. Since, we're going to be taking him through caves and all that. He's going to be our ocean exploration Pokemon. It's not really trees to cut on that side of the map. Okay, well, with that being said, I think the next spot to go check out
is that shoal cave I was mentioning. Can't believe that guy didn't see me. I am kind of skipping trainers for the moment because I just want to... I kind of want to fight the Moss Deep Gym here soon without getting too juiced up yet, you know? Are you planning on going deeper in there? How about bringing me back some shoal salt and shoal shells? I can make you something good if you bring me the ingredients. Ah, yes, sir. I don't think there's anything too special to find in this cave. Oh, well, there's Spiel. I was thinking more in terms of, like, you know, when the tide is low, you can get Snow Run. But I guess when the tide is high, you can get Spiel. And this is the only place you can get Spiel, too. I guess this is kind of the only place in the whole game where you can really get ice types. You got the Snow Run line and the Spiel line. Like, what other ice types even really are there in this game? Like, there's the ice type gym leader, and she's just got, like, 2 Celios, 2 Glalie, and a Walrein. Like, this is 2 Pokemon lines, you know? I'm gonna look up this information. Ice... Yeah, I mean, all the ice types in this game really is like the Snorunt line, the Spiel line, and then Regice. That's pretty much it. In fact, all the ice types in all of Gens 1, 2, and 3, it's like you got Dugong, Cloyster, Jinx, which we have Jinx, Articuno, which is legendary, Sneasel, the Swinub line, the Delibird line, and then Snorunt line, Spiel line, Regice. This is crazy. So a good amount of those are just like, you know, really rare Gen 1 Pokemon. Like Lapras, you just have one given to you. Dugong and Cloyster aren't rare per se, but you have to evolve lower level Pokemon up to get them. Jinx is like a trade-only Pokemon. And or pretty rare. Like, I forget. Like, there's quite a few Gen 1 games and variations. You might be able to catch a Jinx in one of them. None that I've played. And then from there, you have, like, a bunch of, like, pretty pitiful lines. You got Sneasel, which didn't get his Weevil evolution until Gen 4. So in Gen 3, he's, you know, pretty underwhelming. Swinub, who... And just to clarify on Sneasel, I know my friend is a huge fan of Sneasel, and that's awesome. But Sneasel in Gen 3, he's Dark and Ice, and he's just so screwed on this physical special split, because Dark and Ice are special, and his special attack is garbage. He needs to use physical attacks. So he's just like pretty screwed. And the physical special split kind of fixed that a bunch. But he's really awesomely designed, for sure. But other than that, you got the Swinub line, which, you know, was pretty lacking until also Gen 4. You got the new evolution to help things along. You got Delibird, which, you know, has always been a joke. And then, you know, Smoochum, which is just the pre-evolution of Jinx. We're pretty familiar with her around here. let's see. What does a shiny Spheal look like? Just gonna click on them here. Oh, that's actually more than I thought. For some reason, I thought it was just going to be a lighter off shade of blue, but no, it's like purple. That's awesome. And yeah, and that keeps for all its evolutions. Yeah, it'd be really cool to have a shiny Spheal. I would be kind of remiss to like shiny hunt for one in here because like the chance of getting a shiny like Zubat instead is up there. Shoal Cave. Checking the encounter rates real quick. So yeah, 50% Spheal, 45% Zubat, 5% Golbat. While surfing, it's 60% Tentacle, 30% Zubat, 10% Spheal. And then on floor 2, it's about the same. 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 And then finally down in the lowest floor with all the ice, 45% Spheal, 40% Zubat, 10% Snorunt, and 5% Golbat. So your chances of a Spheal versus a Zubat are still equal, but then you have the added additional chance of Snorunt. So that's going to be the place to shiny hunt, because like I would want a Spheal or a Snorunt, and you have at least a 55% chance of getting one of those instead of just 50. I suppose you could also repel trick, because if you do level 32, you're only going to find Spheal and Golbat. And Golbat's obviously a lot lower chances, but I don't know exactly how those slots work out. Because maybe level 32 Spheals are obscenely rare, as much as the Golbats are. Who knows? Also, since the tide's not low, we can't actually get down there to hunt for Snorunt and get the item that I want, the Nevermelt Ice. It's kind of funny. I think the tides shift in here like every 6 hours. And I remember as a kid like thinking, oh man, that's just so long. Like I want to go in here and do what I want to do and get the items and go where I want to go. And oh, like I'm going to have to wait. But as an adult, it's like almost the opposite problem. I'm like, oh, 6 hours. That's like such a relative short amount of time. Like I'm probably going to let multiple of those pass, and then it's going to be like a coin flip, whether it's going to be in the phase I want. I guess it's just the inherent difficulty of making things kind of time-based is it's hard to plan out when you're going to play this game exactly next, unless you really make a point of it and like put it on your calendar and make alarms and or just thinking about it in your mind throughout the day, which is maybe the actual intention, but you know, as an adult, you got other stuff going on. You can't be thinking about this all the time. At the same time, it's like, you know, thinking about that's kind of like the joys of this sort of thing, like of being a kid and everything is just, oh, you're constantly thinking about you know, your hobbies and what you're interested in and all that sort of thing and being excited about it. And I guess when you are an adult and you grow up, you kind of train yourself to, um, you have to take care of your responsibilities and all that. So you can't. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like you. Mm, it's almost painful to think about like your hobbies and stuff all the time when you can't be doing them. So you stop thinking about them and you think about the task at hand, which is good. But then like, and then your context shifting your mind of like, oh, now I'm going to think about my hobbies, and then, but being a kid, it was so like you're so filled with the energy of like, oh, I'm excited about like when I get home from school, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and all that. And that should be an exciting thing. You should be looking forward to like doing fun stuff and having plans. But then as an adult, I don't know, you're just tired because it's like, oh man, like, and just like your hobbies almost don't rejuvenate you the same way that when you were a kid were, and it changes the context of all these things and makes you feel differently about them. My brain is not awake enough to really think about these things fully, but we got what we needed out of that cave for this tide anyways. So let's take on the Moss Deep Gym. Actually, before we do that, let's go check what time it is in this game, because I don't have the clock aligned with real life, because, whenever I replace the battery in this game is when the clock started moving again. And I don't even remember if I set the time properly to begin with, so... Okay. So in this game, it says it's 11:06 p.m., in real life, it's like 7:55 p.m., so yeah, there's like a 3-hour offset. So theoretically, maybe in like 55 minutes, if I go back to the Shoal Cave, the tide will shift, because I think it shifts at 6. Like 6 a.m., noon, 6 p.m., midnight. I think that's when it shifts. So, yeah, don't know for sure. Right, so we're gonna do this gym. Yeah, I think we got everybody set up. Here I was thinking, oh yeah, Bernie isn't going to be all that helpful for the later part of the game because we got all this water to deal with. Meanwhile, it's like, she's a dark type and here's our psychic gym. Like, man, I've just totally been out of it. Yo, how's it going, Champbound 23 Caterpie? The gym leaders here use psychic type Pokemon. If you go against them with fighting or poison type Pokemon, they'll inflict horrible damage. Plus, they'll come at you with outstanding combination attacks. If you want to win, you'll need to show them how tight you are with your Pokemon. Go for it. So this makes me think of like what I was saying with Brawley about how I was like confused about like this advice. Because like I don't think I was confused at this point, because I think it was like more aware of types and what were good and bad and stuff. But like, I feel like this is very confusing the way it's worded. These gym leaders use Psychic-type Pokemon. If you go up against them with Fighting or Poison-type Pokemon, that would be bad. Because Psychic is really good against Fighting and Poison. They'll annihilate you. But what he says is, they will inflict horrible damage. So, that makes me think, oh yeah, these Fighting and Poison-type Pokemon will inflict horrible damage on them. Great! Like, no. They're saying they will inflict your poison and fighting type Pokemon with horrible damage. They as in the gym leaders, not they as in your Pokemon. Plus, they'll come at you with outstanding combination attacks. Yeah. It's just a confusing use of pronouns. Okay, so I want to fight all the trainers, so let's just talk to them. Battles hinge on the strength of your spirit. The weak-spirited will never win. Are you saying I have to believe in myself, Preston? Okay, definitely a little underleveled because we just kind of surf directly here, but I'm just going to see how things go, you know? Birdie might just freaking annihilate because Bernie's Bernie. I lost. I must temper my spirit. Okay, Mr. 1776. The indecisive lose. That's my warning to you. Well, I'm very decisively indecisive. How about that? The roads you will have traveled, what you have experienced, come at me with everything you've learned. Well, you see, I've learned a lot more than this game knows about because this game was made in the past and I am from the future. A critical hit. You know, these Curlias could totally be Gardevoirs by now. You've traveled a path of greatness. Greatness, I tell you. For those who laze idly, there's only despair in the end. What goes around comes around. Yes. I agree. Hard work is important. Okay, we're gonna have to defeat like 3 more Pokemon. Like, it feels like such a waste to like have Bernie be getting the experience for Corphish right now. But it is what it is. It's fine. The experience has to come from somewhere. I see it. I see your future. If you can beat me, I will tell you your future. Psychic Samantha. With her Xatu. That's scary. I surrender! Ay caramba! Okay, so what's my future then? You will wage a terrifically intense battle with our gym leaders. The result? You won't hear it from me. Well, I gotta win eventually, right? Right? Let me see your talent. Psychic Virgil. Ding dong! Man, who keeps a Ralts until level 36? You possess spectacular talent. Congratulations, your Corphish has evolved into Razor Claw! Crawdon. Ooh, those are some juicy stats. Definitely up there. Okay, you can learn Dive now, right? Right? Yes. Sweet. Okay, I'm actually going to hit this button again, just so I can fight that extra trainer. Foo. Watch me levitate a Pokeball telekinetically. Sometimes I'm out of sync. Psychic Fritz would like to battle. He's on the Fritz. Ooh, Giraffe Rig. My Pokemon battling skills are out of sync too! Yeah, you might say they're on the Fritz. A Pokeball was too heavy to lift telekinetically, but this Dust Bunny... Oh! No, I'm not cheating. I didn't blow on it, honest. Oh boy, sir. It's funny, because in their little sprites there, it's like they're definitely psychokinetically levitating these Pokeballs. When you lose to me, don't be too hard on yourself. It's not that you're weak, I'm just too strong. Okay, girl. Okay, Hannah. You should have a Giraffe given your name. I feel like the Psychic type is just such an interesting type in this game, because like every other type generally is very natural. Fire, water, rock, ground. Like, you know, Psychic's kind of the odd one out where it's like you don't... Like, Psychic's not like you don't find animals that use psychic powers, you know? It feels like kind of an... Like, just a weird thing they put in Gen 1 to be like, oh yeah, you know, that's how Mewtwo's so powerful. Psychic powers. You have this weird stuff with ghosts and psychics with Sabrina and all that. It's like that's just what was in to put in your games at that time, because, you know, genetics and psychic powers and all that kind of like fantastical but like psychological kind of stuff was cool at the time. You know, like with Final Fantasy VII, you got Cloud and Sephiroth and that whole thing going on. It's kind of like the same idea. Mind controlling people and all that sort of stuff. You know, it's in my genetics and my genes is how they got power over me and all this sort of stuff. And it's kind of freaky to think about that. And it's like in this child-friendly like game series. You know, I think there was some sort of outcry back in the 90s when Pokemon was brand new about, like, you know, the psychic powers and, you know, demonology and all that sort of stuff. But
I mean, I gotta admit, it is kind of weird, at the very least. And now Psychic is just kind of like, I don't even think about it being weird in Pokemon because it just is what it is, and Psychic's actually, like, kind of underwhelming these days, even though, like, if you think about it, it's like Psychic Powers was, like, a thing in real life. It'd be, like, so incredibly freaky, but I still, like, a lot of other things in the Pokemon universe would be, too. But, I don't know. You just gotta think of it in the context of everything, and, like, ultimately, like, these powers aren't being used for evil or super nefarious purposes, and whenever they are for, like, Team Rocket or other nefarious teams or individuals in this franchise, it's like, it's never, like, it never goes that deep. We're not, like, systemically taking advantage of, like, these powers to, like, really belittle people or whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to think too deeply than my brain can muster right now. Let's talk to... Do we want to talk to Tater Liza? Let's talk to... Liza. Oh, I guess they're just both going to talk to us. I'm pretty sure Tate's on the left, Liza's on the right. Hee hee hee, were you surprised? Foo foo foo, were you surprised? That there are 2 gym leaders? Said Synchronous, that there are 2 gym leaders? We are twins. We don't need to talk because we can determine what the other is thinking, all in our minds. This combination of ours, can you beat it? That's definitely, like, the kind of odd thing, like, psychic powers of, like... Sometimes I've thought, like, what would it be like if you could, like, hold hands with somebody or, like, touch them on the forehead or whatever and have them experience in their brain exactly what you're experiencing in your brain. Like, share, like, that sort of emotional connection or whatever. Like, because the only way we're able to communicate with each other otherwise is, like, through our words and our body language. And oh my gosh, Jumpster, I'm sorry. I am distracted. I did not have a backup plan. Fries, are you getting there? You can maybe resist Psychic at least. I don't remember if they have, like, Rock Slide or anything crazy. Well, they have Flamethrower. That would certainly hurt. But yeah, I have a feeling this is just going to be easy because of, like, they only have 2 Pokemon, is what it comes down to. And Sunlight doesn't really bring down ice, per se. It'll increase its Fire-type moves, but it's not going to make my Ice Punch weaker, is what I'm trying to say. Why did you use Solar Beam when you could use, like, Flamethrower on Fraser? I'm wondering if they made the game this easy because, like, they were concerned that, like, double battles as a concept were just, like, too hard or complicated for people, or what necessarily. Because, I mean,
fight is certainly a lot harder when they have 4 Pokemon instead of 2. They have a lot of Hyper Potions. This is kind of crazy, actually. Definitely getting different amounts of damage variation. Wow! I mean, I'm not running out of bites and ice punches anytime soon. Finally, they ran out. What? Our combination was shattered? It can't be helped. You've won, so in recognition, take this. 16,000 dingoes. Receive the Mind Badge from Liza and Tate. The Mind Badge enhances the special attack and special defense of Pokemon. It also lets you use the HM move, Dive, outside of battle. You should take this too. Calm Mind, if I recall? Yes. Yeah, I thought about putting Calm Mind on Spinda, actually. Although I'm not sure what special attacks I'd really want him to use. Wow, you're outstanding. You're one great trainer. Well, thank you. Do you have anything to say? No. Are you calling Tate and Liza indecisive? Okay. Chompster, I'm sorry about what happened. Special defense 53. Houndoom would have been immune to Psychic. Yeah, I guess you're definitely our weakest special defense. By a lot. But you're also our only unevolved Pokemon, so... Okay, I'm going to swap around some guys here. I'm going to put Chompster up front. Fraser second. Bernie goes down one. That should do it. Let's give Bernie back her... I mean, I'd give her back the charcoal? But I think Black Glasses is probably going to be better since we're in the ocean. And then we'll give Chompster the Amulet Coin. Okay, I'm trying to decide what to really do next. I kind of want to go down to Pacifilog and get more return TMs. So let's just do that right now. I'm trying to like just come up with all these things I want to do like before I just start combing the ocean for trainer battles, because I am going to do that at some point. But for now, let's just go straight to Pacifilog. Do 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 do. It's crazy how kind of small the world feels, just because I'm very familiar with it. Because when I first played this game as a kid, this ocean felt like it was 1,000,000 miles long, and like it was easy to get lost. And it's like, oh man, like there's no landmarks. Where am I? Like, where do I go? What do I do? Say hey hey, let's get on with it.
Creed. Kurvana. Okay, so this is kind of where we're going to hit a wall with Jumpster, because it's like... We're going to have all these, like, water Pokemon we're fighting, and Surf doesn't do a lot to them. Ice Beam doesn't do a lot to them. Gosh, we're kind of slow. Like, okay, so Mudshot did that amount. How much does Surf do? You know, more. Okay, how much does Surf do straight up? Man, it sucks that they're faster than me and they're using Crunch, because it hurts. It just kills them. Our special attack is just that much better, and Surf is just so strong. The same exact thing happened in the hideout. Nearly a kill, but then the poison kills. A Spheal, huh? Yeah, we can have Jumpster bite it. You've been struck by a hailstone to your face. Dun, 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 dun. Beat! I'm beaten! That's it! Done! How dramatic. There's nothing for a loser. Time for me to beat it home. Oh gosh. Nearly got sniped. Oh shit. Oh shit. This is my first triathlon. I'm all tense and nervous. Okay, sir. Triathlons look so cool in this. Triathlete chase. You ain't gonna win a triathlon by chasing. Camouflage. Man, Staryu's looks so fat in this spray. Roar! I failed to win. If I'm all tensed up, I won't be able to give it my all. Good. Hi, sweetie. Wait, we should battle, you and I. Okay. Trusty Wilmer. Jumpster with bites was the way how we were able to bypass it before. How does it work these days? seems to work pretty okay. I feel like Pelipper has, like, such a thing with Protect in this game. I think Pelipper learns Protect on evolution, so it probably just so happens that a lot of Pelippers that trainers have just have Protect. Just due to level. And in single battles like this, it's like, you know, it's just so, it's like, just turns the turn into nothing, basically. Doesn't really gain or lose momentum for anybody. And it's like, oh, you're taking all these risks for double and triple protecting, and, you know, it doesn't gain you anything. You're getting lucky for nothing. You're just using up my PP, I guess. You're tough in spite of the way you look. Oh, really? Did you see a guy over there who whines that he's bored of the sea? That's all talk. He's hopelessly in love with the sea. We made it! Land ho! Okay, so we just reached Pacificlog Town. Okay, yeah, you just have to get to the border before you can fly to it. You don't actually have to go in the center. See, isn't it neat? These houses are on water. I was born here. Wow, where's the hospital? Okay. The ancestors of the people in Pacificlog were said to have been born on boats and then lived and died aboard them. I understand that they lived that way because they were searching for something. Pacificlog Town floats on top of a colony of Corsola. If I told you that, would you believe me? I don't know, maybe. What color is your trainer card? Mine's copper. Mine's green. My friend just sent me a picture of him doing a little project. He's got a standing desk and he's changing out everything under it. It's one of those things that just takes all afternoon and, you know, for a pretty minor change. Yeah, so this guy talking like, oh yeah, the ancestors too, or who made Pacificlog Town, oh, they were looking for something. Like, that something could be different things. Like, it's probably in reference to the legendaries, because if we look at our Pokenav here, you know, the Reggie's temple is, like, right on this route down here somewhere, and there's, like, a big puzzle, and you know, the Reggies and all that. The Spear Pillar's, like, here, thereabouts. So it's like, were these ancestors really looking for something? Or were they just, like, guardians of this kind of area in general where these legendaries are? You know? let's explore the town. People were saying that they saw a Pokemon flying high above Hoenn. Is it flying around all the time? Does it need to rest somewhere? Oh yeah, Rick was rest at the Spear Pillar. Don't worry. Where'd you come from? Like, this is such a silly Pokemon thing. Yes. Yes? Yes Town? Never heard of a place like that. It's ridiculous. A Sky Pokemon. A Sky Pokemon. Oh yes, you can't run on Pacifilog Town. That would be most rude. It's like running on Fortress City bridges. In the Hoenn region, there are 3 Pokemon that represent the power of Rock, Ice, and Steel. Each of them is said to hide away deep inside caves. That's the story I heard when I was just a little kid. Yeah, just look at the expensive vases. That must note is expensive every time. 6 dots open 3 doors. Grandpa used to say that, but I don't know what he meant. Yeah, I mean, I think the Reggies have 6 eyes each, if I recall, so... Could be a reference to that, could be a reference to the Braille. But overall, it's not the most clear. It doesn't appear to like the trainer very much. It appears to be very friendly with the trainer. I am the Pokemon Fan Club's most important person, the chairman's younger brother. I'm here enjoying my vacation with Pokemon. Yes, indeed. Ah, your Pokemon. It very clearly likes you very much. The Pokemon adoring and adorable deserves a TM like this, no? TM27, return! If Pokemon likes you a lot, return's power is enhanced. If it doesn't like you, frustration's power goes up. I've definitely watched videos where people question, like, oh, why does this Azurill love him and this Azurill hate him? Like, does he, you know, like, words aren't coming to me, but, like, does he inorganically, like, treat this one really well and this one really bad just for the sake of return and frustration's power? It just seems a little messed up. Just seems a little messed up. It's like if I went and fed my Pokemon a bunch of bitter medicine to make frustration better, when it's like, is there any circumstance why, like, it's much easier to increase a Pokemon's friendship. Like, it's just going to raise over time passively from the stuff you do. So even if you lowered a Pokemon's friendship all the way to make frustration's power enhanced, just by using that Pokemon and winning battles, frustration's going to get weaker. You might as well just max it out, because then it's not going to get any lower. Not really, like... So... It's just interesting. It's weird. Weird and interesting. So yeah, another return. And we can get more returns, I think. I don't think it's once a day, it's maybe like once a week, but at the rate this playthrough's going, we'll be able to get more of them. So... The question is it very useful? It's like, probably not for Chompster. Chompster's attack is way too low. Same with Fraser. Confuzzle, like, putting it over Secret Power would probably make sense. Same with Bernie. And then Gracer already has Return. So... I'll consider it. The sea between Pacifilog and Slateport is a fast-running tide. If you decide to surf, you could end up swift away somewhere. Not really. You're just gonna eventually end up in Slateport. But all the different places to go on the way there, you're definitely gonna be forced down certain paths and have to backtrack to Pacifilog for the others. Is that a Pokedex? Did you get to meet a lot of different Pokemon? I wish I was like you. Yeah, well, if you get Pokemon Sapphire, you can experience it for yourself. I don't think these expensive vases with the special text ever have anything in them. Yeah, sorry about that, but I could just catch Corsola while I'm here. Blossom, you have to spend a frickin' sunstone for that crap. I can't see Mirage Island today. I wish they made Mirage Island's chances, like, way higher than they did, because it's like, I never knew anybody who ever got to go to Mirage Island in person. And if I recall correctly, there's another way to get the Lychee Berry in these games. I think maybe Pokemon Emerald, Battle Frontier, you might be able to get one there. I forget. But yeah, I guess that's Pacific we got return. And I really wanted to do that just so that like the timer for waiting a week would, you know, be kicked off and we can get another one later. Ooh, I'm starting to get tired. We've been going for 2.5 hours. Trying to think what I would want to do next. We have dive and we can use it. Clearing out the ocean of all the trainers would probably be good and nice. Yeah, all these different routes. We have dive, so we can go to Sootopolis. We can also go after Team Aqua, go to their hideout and start beating them. I think what I'll do for the moment is let's go to Sootopolis just to have it as a fly point. We can't unlock Evergrande because we need the waterfall. And be able to use waterfall outside of battle as well in order to get there. Okay, let us go to Sootopolis. It is kind of crazy, like, the infrastructure of this world. Like, it's very, like, there's not a lot of it. It's like, yeah, in order to get to frickin' Sootopolis, you have to, dive under the water. Like, there's no other way to get in. Which just seems crazy. Oh, balls. This towering white mountain of rock is Sootopolis City. I think I was just very lost when I played this as a kid, and, like, I just stumbled across stuff, because, like, it never really hit me, like, oh yeah, Sootopolis City is this giant white mountain of rock, and it's just, like, you know, I'm just surfing under the water, going around, and, oh, I found a cave, and I go in, and I come out, and I'm in Sootopolis. Oh, interesting. Like, and you're just constantly checking where you are on the map, while, like, you know, as an adult, it's like, oh yeah, like, I generally know where everything is, just due to the, you know, intuition I've built up of playing very many games over time. It's like I have very, you know, good spatial awareness in games. And it's like, oh yeah, Sootopolis is over here, Moss Deep's over here, I go about this direction this way, and this direction that way, and boom, boom, Bob's your uncle, I'm there. Like, it's interesting. I don't know if this is actually showing up on the stream or is actually happening in real life, but, like, when I use the yellow flute to cure confusion, like, if I look at the Pokemon screen here, if I had a status ailment, the icon for that would be aligned with my level off to the left of it, I believe. And when you cure a status ailment like paralysis or poison, say I use a cherry berry to cure paralysis, as soon as I hit the A button, the big icon that says paralysis is going to disappear because of cure it. There is no icon for confusion, but I swear, like, when I use the yellow flute to cure confusion, like, the level indicator, like, it, like, disappears for a frame or something, as if it was getting rid of an icon, but it's not really there. It's like there's an invisible icon, and I'm getting rid of it, and there's some artifact on the graphics when I do that. Like, maybe I'm just full of it, but it feels like that's what's happening. I was done in? You were done in. Sutopolis City, the mystical city where history slumbers. But anyways, the thing with, like, the infrastructure, it's like you have Four Tree City, which is just everybody's, like, you know, has these houses up in the trees. There's no, like, you know, there doesn't seem to be any electricity or internet or anything. People are sending letters with this wingle. You know, they're all with nature. You got Sutopolis City, where it's like, you know, this city's just built into the, you know, side of the mountain here. And there's no way in or out other than just, like, flying in and out or diving in and out. There doesn't seem to be any, like, you know, trains or buses or cars or boats. Even, not even boats get in and out. You have Moss Deep City, which has, you know, a friggin' space center on it. So, like, there's just an odd mishmash of, like, you know, human technology, but then, like, just very, like, living amongst nature. Which I feel like you just don't see these days. Like, the closest I can kind of think of is, like, growing up, like, you know, I lived out of town in, like, a rural place. But, you know, there's roads and cars, and you drive into town and you're good off. But kind of growing up, like, my family is, like, very Western. We got, by Western, I mean, like, cowboy yeehaw Western. And so, like, we raised horses and did all that sort of stuff. And so I kind of felt like I was living closer to, like, how kind of our near ancestors would have, like, when they came on the Oregon Trail and all that. In ways, and in ways that's, like, kind of close to nature, like when you're out gathering cattle and all that sort of thing. It becomes a lot easier to imagine how it would have been back in those days, where it's like, oh yeah, you know, imagine we don't have these provisions and we just have what you just know how you can make. You get around on horses to get anywhere. Like, I don't know, like, that's kind of the closest I can envision living that kind of lifestyle. And, like, I don't know, I read, like, books growing up where it's like, I forget what they were called, but, like, there were these girls who were living, you know, the prairie life in the early kind of American, like, life, where it's like, oh, you come out to the western part of the country and there's no infrastructure or anything, and you just have to, you know, do everything yourself, and it's kind of a different way of life. And in this Pokemon world, it seems like, you know, it's not quite like that. Like, infrastructure is more developed. There's these kind of more out there rural places like Fortree and Pacificlog where, you know, you're kind of having to maybe live that kind of more sort of life. But yeah, it's just kind of make me think, like, what kind of a society this game is. But Oh, I'm getting a little too tired to think about that sort of thing. I think I'm going to explore Sutopolis and then maybe call it a stream from there. I'm actually really excited to beat this game eventually because I would love to be able to have access to legendaries to basically, like, if I wanted to like soft reset for like a shiny Rayquaza or something, that'd be cool. Obviously, my team would not be able to really do that, like, unless I'm just like throwing the Master Ball straight at it. But it'd be cool to catch a shiny Rayquaza in like a Luxury Ball or something, you know? That might be a pipe dream because Rayquaza has Outrage and it will confuse itself, and that's freaking scary. But maybe you can skill swap Own Tempo onto it and then False Swipe Spore it as usual. And but then what even are your chances to catch rate 3 Pokemon at 1 HP asleep? Like, probably still not great. And I would have to have a lot of practice in if I'm gonna have to do that, like, at shiny odds. But yeah, I'm getting way too ahead of myself. Like, nowhere near that. I would need a whole team and preparation that I would need to do for that. But you know, being able to just like soft reset for any kind of legendary and just throw the Master Ball at it, like, it'd be nice to be able to have that option. Whenever, wherever, and whatever happens, I will always be friends with Pokemon because it's fun to be with Pokemon. Because you have a qualifier here. What if it wasn't fun to be with Pokemon? What if it was a pain to be with Pokemon? Wallace, this town's gym leader, is a powerful trainer. He's rumored to be the best in the whole Hoenn region. But the Elite Four, they're said to be even stronger than Wallace. How strong could they be? Well, considering an Emerald that Wallace beats the Elite Four and becomes the champion, well, I don't know. Could be stronger. Could be stronger. As it turns out. As it turns out. Let's get our Ammonite healed. Sutopolis sprang up as a town in the crater of a volcano. If you look up at the sky, the lip of the crater is also visible. So all you see is the sky. All you see is the sky in a circle. But that's what makes the sky above Sutopolis the most beautiful. So Sutopolis must be pretty small, or the crater very tall, if you're able to look up while you're in it and see the whole rim to where you see the sky in a circle. I was thinking Sutopolis is big enough to where it's like, oh, you look up and you see the sky because the rim of the crater is not all within your vision, at least not all at the same time. But maybe it's smaller than I think. Or just very tall or something. Because that's kind of a crazy notion. Also, the fact that this used to be a volcano, like, that's interesting, because it's like Sutopolis right here, volcano. Lava Ridge over here, with the, Jagged Pass right here, yeah, as this says, Mount Chimney. This is also a volcano. So there's a volcano here, and a volcano here. And if you look at the kind of, the geography and like the height lines here, you'll see, like, this is the tallest point, and the land kind of extends out from kind of Mount Chimney. Mount Chimney's kind of the highest point. Which is just like an interesting concept. I also just realized that whole thing where I was talking about, like, oh, Slateport, you go up to Mauville and then you go over to Verdant Turf. They're talking about how it's like, oh, yeah, the altitude and the wind and it blows and it's clean here and all that. I was thinking, like, oh, it feels like sea level to me. Well, I mean, you can look on the map here and see the elevation. Like, So you can see Verdant Turf is more elevated. That's like interesting though, because like this path here between Verdant Turf and Mauville is a straight shot. You can ride your bike straight between these towns. Like this is where you hatch eggs. Daycare is right here. And for the most part, it looks like this is fairly flat. But then Verdant Turf itself, like you elevate. It's like almost you'd like go up a hill and to get there, but like that's not portrayed in the gameplay really. Meanwhile, Mauville down to Slateport. There's the bike path that goes over everything, and there is the water with that little, like, I don't know if that's like an artificial kind of path that was constructed across that water there. But this definitely feels interesting. It's interesting how there's an elevation change here, like right around where the trick house is. But anyway, so this whole landmass is kind of centered around Mount Chimney. But then over here, where you're in the, you got your yin over here and you got your yang over here. High elevation, low elevation, obviously goes beneath the ocean. And then this was also a volcano. And it's obviously dormant. There's a city inside of it now. And it's like, is Pseutopolis's crater as tall as Mount Chimney's crater? Or is it relatively lower and like the seafloor where you dive down to up to the top of Mount Pseutopolis crater, is that distance about the same as like from sea level to the top of Mount Chimney, I wonder? Like, I don't know. This is kind of an interesting notion. And we have Team Aqua / Team Magma trying to jack around with Mount Chimney. But they're not trying to jack around with Pseutopolis. Although Pseutopolis is where the legendaries end up coming. Whether it's Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald, like Groudon or Kyogre on their own come to Pseutopolis and hang out in the cave in the back of it to, do their whole thing where they're causing the weather catastrophe. And then in Emerald, like, they both come here and are literally out in the water here fighting inside of the crater. It makes me think, is this crater relevant to, like, is this where they originally performed their rites of, affecting the climate and or the land and ocean? Is Pseutopolis's crater, is that where that originally happened and they're just returning to where they did that originally? Like, I just never thought about these things. Hello, you're our first guest in a good while. You've brightened up my day, so I'll give you a big Whelmer doll. Sure. Send it to the PC. I love plush dolls. Thank you. I may or may not ever use that. Ah, yes. The Barboach versus Magikarp guy, I think. Marco's 15.7-inch Colossus Barboach. Bigger than a Shroomish. Oh, it's a Barboach versus Shroomish, excuse me. 15.7-inch giant. A Shroomish bigger than a Barboach always wanted. That is hilarious. They're tied at 15.7 inches. It's always interesting to me how there's data on a Pokemon that specifies how big it is, that is consistent. It's not like just random, as far as I can tell. And that's never really manifested itself until like very recently in like Legends Arceus, where the different sizes of Pokemon are very apparent. And in like Pokemon Go, there's like exact sizes listed, and I think there's exact sizes listed in these games, but
There's no way to really view it other than, like, for very specific instances like this. Do you know the Pokemon Barboach? It's rarely seen in Sootopolis. I mean love Big Barboach. My big brother says that Shroomish is bigger, but that's wrong. Everyone knows that Barboach is a lot bigger. Huh? Do you have a Barboach? Please show me. I don't, sir. Don't you have a big Barboach? How disappointing. If you get a big Barboach, please come show me. Do you know the Pokemon Shroomish? It's hardly ever seen in Sootopolis. Anyways, I love big Shroomish. The bigger the better. But my younger brother, he says that Barboach is bigger? That's silly. Shroomish has to be bigger than that. Huh? Do you have a Shroomish with you? Please show me. I don't. You don't have a big Shroomish? That's too bad. If you get a big Shroomish, please come show me. I forget what the reward for doing that is. I'm looking it up right now. Sootopolis. Okay, the competitive brothers. Okay, in Ruby and Sapphire, it's Barboach versus Shroomish, but in Emerald, it's Seedot versus Lotad. Interesting. Ooh. If a brother is shown a Pokemon of the species he prefers, he will calculate its size and give the player an elixir if it's larger than any he's seen before. Emerald, it's harder. They start at 19.6 instead of 15.7. Oh, and then in the remakes, they changed it from size to cuteness. And then if you just show them a Pokemon of affection level 4 of that kind, then they'll give you a max elixir, and then that's it. Well, in this game, they'll keep giving you an elixir each time you show them one that's bigger than before. Very interesting. Well, I mean, elixirs really don't matter that much to me. Diving in the sea, climbing up and down stairs all the time. If you live in this town, you'll end up getting physically fit. That makes sense. Listen up, and I'll tell you something good. There's supposed to be an ancient ruins in the sea around here. There could be treasures just waiting to be discovered down there. Ancient treasures? It'd be nice if they existed, but even if they didn't, it'd be so beautiful to take an underwater stroll with my Pokemon. Yes, I mean, surely you do all the time, don't you? Considering the city you live in, if you want to get anywhere, you have to go under the water. I've never been out of this city. I wonder what the world's like on the other side of this round sky. That's an interesting notion. It's like you have these kids who've never been out of the cities that they grew up in, especially like isolated places like this. It's kind of an isolated world. Numpire. At its peak, there are two orbs placed side by side. Did you know? Yes. Yes, two orbs, side by side. The sight of them together, it's somehow soothing. Actually, no, the orbs aren't together. Is that so? Perhaps you ought to visit and see. Well, considering that the game forced you to go here to even leave Lilycove, aren't sure that I've been there. Let me guess, you're gonna challenge Wallace? Oh, you are, really? You're awfully brave. Actually, I'm just brave. I'm not awful. I'm just brave. Sootopolis City Pokemon Gym. Leader, Wallace. Artist, and lover of water. The water's so still, it's like a pond. Like the water at, Petalburg. Hi, what's your name? Oh, that's nice. My name's Kiri. My mommy and daddy named me that so I would grow healthy and warm-hearted, and that's what they wished. You can have one of these. Cornberry. I'll give you this berry too. I really like it lots. Iapapa berry. I wonder what kind of wishes included in your name. Yeah, Kiri, I think, is a reference to one of the developers' child that was born during the development of this game. Isn't that sweet? PP Up is great! It raises the power points the PP of a Pokemon move. Well, guess what? You can't buy PP Up in the store, so I'll have a place to bring it up. Do you know Full Restore? Full restoration of HP, eradication of all status problems. It's truly an item of our dreams. Shadow Mail. Hold on, what's on a Shadow Mail? Duskull. How creepy. I think I remember playing Pokemon Pinball, and there's a level where you have to, like, fight off Duskulls, and it's really fun and cool. It really solidified Duskull as, like, a third-generation Pokemon to me that's, like... It's interesting how kind of side games and other media can sort of do that. Like, the game is more than the game itself. It's all the stuff that goes with it. A cave that links Sootopolis and the outside world. It seems as if the cave was made to keep something out from... was made to keep something from getting... hold on. The cave that links Sootopolis and the outside world. It seems as if the cave was made to keep something from getting out. Or am I just imagining things? An underwater volcano erupted and forced itself up from the depths. Its crater emerged from the sea and became filled with rainwater. That's how Sootopolis came into being. I mean, would it need to... that doesn't really make sense to me. Like, you're saying that this crater here, that all this water is rainwater? But I surfed from the ocean to here. So it's gotta be salt water. Like, the level of this is not determined by the rain. It's gotta just be sea level. Right? Or am I just full of it? And, like, there's, like, something managing the pressure from that cave I went through. Like, I don't know. Something's not making sense. You're a Pokemon trainer, aren't you? Sootopolis' gym leader Wallace has many fans. Do you have any? Yes. Oh, you must be pretty strong. Dedicated fans come from even from Kanto and Johto. It was really wild when I went to the trainer fan club in Lilycove. You're a Pokemon trainer, aren't you? No. Oh dear, that's a little lonesome. Try working harder, and you'll get a fan following. Oh, sure thing. I'll just try a little harder. Just put in a little more effort. There appears to be some connection between Sootopolis and Mount Pyre. My friends and I did some research on it at the lab where I used to work. Interesting. My big brother used to study the sea. I'm sure the connection is like... So like, from what the people are saying in this town, it's becoming more and more solid that, like, yes, Kyogre, Groudon, Sootopolis City, this area... definitely has to do with stuff like probably like, you know, Groudon came here and like caused this volcano to like do its stuff, and then I don't really know what all with the orbs, but like the orbs were used to either control or stop Groudon / Kyogre, and then they were put on top of Mount Pyre by people, and then, you know, they're guarded to this very day, sort of thing. And that's the connection, I'm sure. Like, probably... And it's like... Was there a town here before or after that event? Like, probably after, because the event was probably caused by Groudon/Kyogre. And then the people who were here to stop it probably originally were here and maybe settled some sort of society here, and they took the orbs to Mount Pyre, and they probably did the same there. And then as for, like, why the graveyard and all the spirits are at Mount Pyre, I don't know, it's bringing up a lot of questions. It's like, is it Mount Pyre? Are all the Shuppets and all that at Mount Pyre naturally, originally? Or did they gather there once the orbs were brought there? Or did they come there once it became a graveyard? And the Pokemon, like the Shuppet, are like the dead Pokemon that are buried there. Or was it like a natural graveyard that was like just a graveyard before the orbs were ever brought there? And the Shuppet just lived there since the beginning, before people did anything. Like, I don't know, man. For 30 years I've remained in Sootopolis honing my skills. I developed a shattering TM. I bequeath it to you. Brick Break's actually a really good TM, assuming that's what this is. It's a move so horrible that I can't describe it. Well, you chop and you bust down walls, basically. It's 75 power move. Lots of Pokemon can learn it. It's fighting type. Pretty solid overall, I'd have to say. Especially back in Gen 3. Not much better if you want a fighting move. And the only team member I have who can learn it is Fraser, and that would not be a good move slot for her, I don't think. Because Brick Break is just not going to do very much damage. Not very much damage. Okay. You've come all the way to Sootopolis? You're no ordinary tourist. But I suppose that doesn't make you an extraordinary tourist either. Excuse me? Well, I guess that means tourists must come here if you don't have to be extraordinary. I guess tons of people just dive under here. Who might you be? This is the Cave of Origin. The spirits of Pokemon, becalmed at Mount Pyre, are said to be revived here. Please leave. Yeah, you have all these, traditional rituals of protecting the Cave of Origin and Mount Pyre and all that.
Okie dokie. We've hit 3 hours, and I am definitely getting tired. So, I think we're going to call it here. What I want to do next time... I'm not sure when next time's going to be. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. Maybe it'll be... Monday. Maybe it'll be... Who knows? It might not be for a while, because I am going to go out of town for a week next week sometime, so we shall see. But as for what we want to accomplish next time, like, I do want to get Chompster raised up a few more levels to evolve into Amistar. I feel like we've reached a point where having that evolution would be very useful, increase our survivability and speed, because Chompster is getting outsped and, you know, dying, getting one-shot by Psychic by that last gym. Quite embarrassing, but just need a few more levels. And otherwise, if we look at the map here, like, yeah, we have all these ocean routes to fully explore. If we actually want to progress the story, we can dive around here somewhere to find Team Aqua's base and progress through that. Once we do that, I think that's when all the Kyogre craziness kicks off. And then we'll come to Pseudopolis, take care of that. That's why I bought all those net balls, so that we can catch the Kyogre. Probably not going to reset for it to be shiny or any particular natures or anything like that. But it would probably be a good idea to catch it, because I think if you beat it or whatever, like, there's no more opportunity to catch it in this game, so might as well just catch it to have it. And we should be able to do that. We've got, you know, lots of status moves and various things on our Pokemon, so should be doable. And then, yeah, once you have that, you'll do the Pseudopolis gym, and then you'll get Waterfall, and you can come here, and the end of the game will be imminent. Meanwhile, our Pokemon are just in our, you know, high to mid-30s. So, got lots of grinding to do on all these routes. Lots of items to pick up. I want to do all the optional things. Yeah, I feel like we're going to need everything we can get. But for now, I'm going to save and call it a day. Oh, we've hit 40 hours. What do you know? And I'm probably going to maybe, you know, grow some berries and do some more shiny hunting in the meantime. So, it's been swell. I'll see you guys next time.